Okay, today's lesson is chapter 1, section 6, estimating sums and differences. This is page 14 and 15 from the textbook. An estimate tells you, so here's the word estimate, tells you about how large a sum or difference will be. You can use rounding to help you estimate. So you're going to have to go back to your rounding skills. So for example, number 1 here, estimate the difference of 856 and 278. Side notes over here state math facts. 856 rounds to 900 because 5 is in the tens place is equal to greater than 5. 278 rounds to 300 because 7 is in the tens place and is equal to greater than 5. So what they did here is they rounded each number to the nearest hundred. So 856 became 900 and 278 became 300. And what they really are asking you to do is to come up with a rounding estimate to make your life really simple. Then difference means to subtract, and that's what they've done right here, okay? And so you're going to take your two estimates, 900 minus 300, and you're going to get 600. So the difference between 856 and 278 is about 600 when you round. Okay, in example number 2, estimate the sum. Sum means add, and this is what they've done here, 3,456 plus 2,378 plus 4,612. Since you're working with numbers in thousands, we are going to do the same thing over here as these math facts point out. We're going to round 3,456 to 3,000, 2,378 to 2,000, 4,612 we can go up to 5,000, and now we can just go ahead and add 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 10,000. So the sum of those three numbers is about 10,000. In example number 3, we have a life problem. Basically, you are looking at money. You started with $1,920. You spent $279 and $413. Estimate how much you have left. 1,920 is your starting point. So we'll talk about estimating that here in a second, but we can go ahead and round these two numbers really quick. We'll just go to the nearest hundreds. So 279 will go to the 300, and $413 is closer to 400. So we're estimating by adding 4 and 3 up, about $700 is what you spent. Now, the question was, you started with 1,920. When you spend 700, how much do you have left? So 1920, so we don't have to do a lot of math. We're just going to round to 1900, which is pretty close right here. And then we're going to take our 700, and we're just going to do 9 minus 7 is 2, bring down your 1, and we know we have about $1,200 left. So looking at today's work on page 15, remember you're not doing the top, and you're not going to do the bottom. You're going to do numbers 1 through 9. Please pay attention to what they're asking. For the first 3, it's the nearest 100. The next 3 is the nearest 100 as well. And then the nearest 10. So estimate those two numbers. So if I had a blank page, which I'm going to use right over here. So I would have number 1 on my side paper, and I'm going to have to round to the nearest 100. So 425 is closer to 400. And if you're struggling with how I figured that out, and you remember our rules, the underlying place is hundreds. Look over here. If the neighbor is 0 through 4, you are going to keep the underlying number. If it's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you're going to take the underlying number and you're going to add 1 to it. In this case, I'm just going to keep the 4, which I did, and 2 and 5 become zeros. So number 1 is 400. Then I'm going to look at 137. 137 rounds to 100 as well, using the same rules over here. Whoops, let me erase that. I don't want that. I want 100. And so my estimation here is 500. So my answer for number 1 in my create document is going to be 500. Okay, and then you're just going to go to do number 2, number 3. Just remember to pay attention. The next set is the nearest 100 as well, but the last set, 7, 8, 9, nearest 10. Okay, that's your work.